There is no incentive to remain quiet if you're a liberal. You only score social credit points. And Elon Musk was on there. This is the guy. This is the electric car guy. And they're acting like he's Hitler. Elon Musk, he's willing to take on the risk here with Twitter. Can we officially say this is happening or not yet?
I think technically it's supposed to close tomorrow, but yeah, if they're letting him in the building and he's doing these things, it's kind of like, I guess carrying a sink in is like giving your boyfriend or girlfriend your keys to your place.
Yes, which by the way is always a mistake. So,
yeah, never do that.
No, you never do that.
Change the code right after.
Right. Elon Musk, this has been a dramatic saga, but now he's purchased the company, or it's finalizing today or tomorrow. Yesterday, this is going viral. He ventured into Twitter headquarters for the first time, and if you haven't seen the clip, it may seem bizarre. I think there's a lot of effort for a pun. I think he tweeted, "Let that sink in."
He did, yeah.
In combination with this Gallagher-esque video.
Just like letting us and what was sing today? You just can't help it. That's okay.
He is my favorite little autist.
He's not a comedian, I guess.
No, he's not.
No, we saw
he's funny.
the SNL. Yeah, he's funny.
He's unintentionally funny.
And he changed his profile on Twitter to read Chief Twit. So he's going all in. And for an update here, Musk released a statement this morning on his reasons for buying the company. He said, the reason I acquired Twitter is because it is important for the future of civilization to have a common digital town square where a wide range of beliefs can be debated in a healthy manner without resorting to violence. That's something like that. I don't know. It's maybe Belgian. I don't know. It's not quite. Not quite there. There is currently great danger that social media will splinter into far right-wing and far left-wing echo chambers that generate more hate and divide our society. And isn't this funny? You always see the left complaining about the radicalization of people, right? Oh, people go down these rabbit holes. Yet when someone says, "Let's try and get rid of that and create dialogue," they say, "No. We mean that you should be banned. We don't want dialogue. We want you to be banned. We want to have only our rabbit hole." Occupy Democrats isn't a rabbit hole. For crying out loud,
right, yeah.
Saying that there's an imminent threat that requires us spending billions of dollars to replace diesel school buses. That's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, and he went on to say in that look, I'm not going to let Twitter turn into some hellscape as well, where no rules whatsoever are enforced. He's like, we're going to enforce the rules on our society, but he's like, I also won't let it be a spam advertising platform. This was to advertisers mostly that he was talking to. So he's got a plan, and he wants to do something good. And I love that he mentioned the digital town square. He's like, everybody deserves access to that. Right now, we're kicking people out left and right for no reason and letting people stay on that say death to Jews. Well, the Ayatollah.
Well, and really letting people, you're just kicking off people that are on the right, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And then you have everybody complaining about it.
I meant like all the time.
I mean, you have these workers that are even like making demands. It's like, bye.
Yeah.
You know how many people want jobs?
Yeah.
What are you volunteering for the list of people he's going to cut?
Yeah, like I don't get, like we want this and we want to be able to, no, you want to wield power that you no longer have.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I don't like, Elon Musk just say, no. And they say, why? Say, because I don't like you and I could hurt you.
Yeah.
And
that's the end of it. Of course, like you're saying, a lot of people are not thrilled with the takeover from Musk. Yeah. So here's how Gizmodo, remember I've been the target of Gizmodo in the past. They characterized Musk. They said, Musk, who has 2 kids with one of his employees and allegedly exposed his erect penis to another, is known to be an overbearing boss and will likely demand that all employees show up at work in person.
You remember he said that? He said you have to be in the office at least 40 hours a week. Oh my gosh.
What?
How will we ever?
A 40-hour work week?
By the way.
What did you say?
I've eaten myself into a no-walker.
Yes. How will I get work unless they break down the north wall and trot me out in a Free Willy hammock?
This comes from the guy, by the way, who's no stranger to work. When he was working on PayPal before it became PayPal, they were sleeping in the office and working round the clock. He understands what hard work is and will still do it here. I guarantee you.
Well, not to mention when he was the foreman for those mining blood diamonds.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy's shooting off rockets and he's just asking you to come in for 40 hours a week.
But that's
for money.
But that's a perfect example of, we've talked about this with government. Once it becomes a regulation, once it becomes an entitlement, it's impossible to get rid of because it's codified right into law when you're dealing with government. But just think of this societally, culturally. Before 2022, most people worked in an office. And by the way, we have a lot of people here. Some people work from home. I'm a results-oriented guy. Unfortunately, with what we do here, people often have to be in the office depending on their role. So they said, okay, let's try and adapt. Let's try and make some concessions here. Let's try and compromise. You can do some work from home. And now it's a given. It's an entitlement. I don't want to go into the office. Therefore, I shouldn't have to. It should be the new normal. Once someone gets comfortable and they feel entitled to something, it now becomes a right in their mind, to the point where people are potentially revolting because they're, oh my God, being asked to work in person 40 hours a week. That's a slave driver today.
Jeez.
They're acting like it's the guy in Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah, we're taking it off here, boss.
What we have here is a failure to Zoom call.
Yes.
Put some clothes on.
So also a group of Twitter employees, they wrote a letter to Musk with a list of demands.
That's astonishing.
Said, we, the workers at Twitter, I just threw up in my mouth a little, will not be intimidated. We recommit to supporting the communities, organizations, and businesses who rely on Twitter. We will not stop serving the public conversation. Good for you. And then I love, this is how they wrote it. Respect, we demand leadership to respect the platform and the workers who maintain it by committing to preserving the current headcount. Do you see what's wrong here? Look, okay.
You'd never say this to your boss in any other place on earth.
Exactly. But also, the platform is not the workers. This is the problem. And this also is Marxism, and it's permeated everything. It's actually everything belongs to the worker. No, it belongs to the creator. And especially when you're dealing with it belongs to the users. This is not about you. You are supposed to be a servant. You're a paid servant for the people who use that service. Same thing with teachers. Well, us teachers, you're supposed to be a public servant. You serve the students and the parents of your community. Twitter, you have ceased to serve the people who use your platform to the point that it is no longer of value. It's not about you, the worker. It's about the platform, the product, and the people who need it. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of the workplace. And by the way, we've done a whole segment, this is years ago, on Marxism. It's all a ploy to create more division.
And it doesn't even matter that they have way too many people doing this job. If you compare them to other tech companies and how many people are staffed, I believe it was something like 8 times kind of one of the competitors. It's like, no wonder he wants to cut down on staff. You just put preserve the head count. Right. Not keep enough people to make sure we can do a good job. You just said, no, you can't fire anybody. You have to keep everybody here, even though there's tons of inefficiency, as we've seen.
And why can't I? Because I said.
Oh, did you just basically self-select to be fired? You just basically raised your hand and said, yes, please fire me. I will be part of the problem.
Yeah, there's no chance that he has the technology to find who penned this.
Right. Yeah.
It's Elon Musk.
It's just, and it's just, they think it's like a Jedi mind trick. Like, oh, we demand. You think he's a billionaire? He's the rich. You think he hasn't seen this before?
Right.
Like, oh, wait, you demand respect? Oh, yeah. This changes my whole worldview. Get out of here. They also write safety, we demand that leadership does not discriminate against workers on the basis of their race, gender, disability, sexual orientation, or political beliefs. That last one's key because you already do that. We also demand safety for workers on visas who will be forced to leave the country they work in if they are laid off. Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Also, what are the chances? You don't see it, I bet you, in Democratic PACs that 99% of workers, I think we have that number, it's lowest head count is 90. I've seen it as high as 99% of those who work in the tech sector are Democrats, are either registered Democrats or self-avowed liberals.
Yeah.
That occurs nowhere else in nature. You're very clearly discriminating against people for their political beliefs, but this is the twist that they do. They say, oh, no, wait a second. We're not discriminating against political beliefs, but I was fired. No, that's because you misgendered somebody. No, it's because it was a man in clown makeup. They don't see that as political. They don't see abortion. They say abortion is not political. Elizabeth Banks was on Trevor Noah saying, this issue has been so politicized, and all women deserve abortion on demand, and it should be taxpayer funded. Well, hold on a sec. You just politicized it. In their mind, they don't see it as political because it's something they want. I want a cookie. This is the way that it goes. Me, I, now. Now, name that movie line. You're dealing with, you get the comment. You're dealing with narcissists.
Absolutely. And they basically threw in all of this stuff here at the top. Has he been somebody who's fired people because of race before? Has he been accused of that? I don't know. Sexual orientation?
I'm sure he's been accused of it.
I'm pretty sure.
They tried to meet to him.
Yeah, proven.
Yeah.
He doesn't like black people. Is that what you're saying? He doesn't like gay people? You're saying that why did you include things, one, that are already law, and two, that he's not had any problem with? There's no threat of that. It's because you wanted to hide the political beliefs thing there.
Right.
You wanted to cover it with a list so it wasn't the only thing that you said.
That would be great if the first day is like, yes, I need all gays, handicaps, goofballs come to my office.
Yes,
Just
please.
Eliminates anyone.
Oh, and by the way, you know what? Research room, if you can find it there, just yesterday, there was a BuzzFeed article that I found, an older BuzzFeed article, and it said 30 celebrities who are surprisingly quiet about their politics. Elon Musk was on there.
Yeah.
So was Vince Vaughn. So was Adam Sandler. By the way, they're known conservatives now. So in other words, for a very long period of time, they were completely quiet about their beliefs, as opposed to the people who constantly champion the left cause. Name anyone.
Yeah.
Pick anybody. Pick any A-lister. They will let you know that they are liberal because there's an incentive to do so. Elon Musk, BuzzFeed, 30 celebrities. Yeah, 31 celebrities are quiet about their political beliefs. And most of them are conservatives. If you see someone in the entertainment industry or media who isn't outwardly political, they're usually right-leaning or reasonable, because there is no incentive to remain quiet if you're a liberal. You only score social credit points. And Elon Musk was on there. This is the guy. This is the electric car guy. And they're acting like he's Hitler.
That's the free speech guy. They're writing articles saying that our democracy cannot stomach or survive, Elon Musk owning Twitter. And I'm like, you mean that our democracy can't stomach free speech?
Right.
Really? Is that really an argument that we're making?
Their
today, that
arguments
free speech
can't
will
stand up to
destroy
them.
our society?
What
It's
they
not-
really mean to say is their arguments won't stand up to the scrutiny of free
Of
speech.
course not.
It's not even come down to really even free speech with Twitter, too. It's like you're allowed to threaten people's lives, do all this other stuff on there as long as you're part of the left.
Right.
Well,
They don't take it down. They don't take any of those things seriously. But this is all he's doing is being an equalizer.
Yep.
That's it.
And by the way, you know what? This is really what it comes. Let me put a finer point on it. These employees, they say, well, we are the workers, unite, right? Unions, workers' rights. We demand, and they list their demands. These people, just so you know, think they're more powerful than your government. Mm-hmm. These people, including the backroom employees, are the reason that the sitting president of the United States was removed from the digital town square. Think about that for a second. Someone with a degree in gender studies who decides to work at HR in Twitter is part of the pool, which is monolithic, of course, at Twitter, that decides, yeah, we'll leave the Ayatollah and we'll get rid of someone for misgendering, or we'll get rid of Donald Trump. These people think that they operate beyond the bounds of the law. That's why libertarianism cannot function at this point. It's not just a private business. When you're talking about them removing people who are either in office or certainly during an election, as we've seen on YouTube with Kari Lake.
Yeah.
That is terrifying. Here's a 23-year-old, and again, more powerful than the president. At least that's how she views it. I just think this crystallizes everything that's wrong with people who work at big tech. You usually think like a bunch of computer nerds who are there who really know what they're doing and maybe, a little bit socially awkward. No, this 23-year-old product manager's, she's
Her TikTok.
she's a product manager. She's a product manager at Facebook, but this is her TikTok. So she's not even using the platform.
Yes, she's like, my grandmother uses it. It's fine.
It should tell you everything you need to know.
Day in the life as a 23-year-old product manager at Meta. I always journal in the morning. I then do a quick workout routine. I get dressed. I try to look cute every day. Got some food at the office. I make a coffee every single morning. I need that. I did some work on the roof. Worked until lunch and then ate up there. Here's me being cute. I got a snack always. I then shuttled home. The view's so pretty. Met up with some friends for dinner, and then my boyfriend came over and was acting like a DJ for my dog.
I hope the D stands for douche.
My dog bit his throat out.
That was the happy ending.
Okay, couple of things. First off, just hit the like button. Comment below if you're happy that at least Elon Musk is making some headway here. There's so many things wrong with that, but this is something I want to laser in on. You can't say you're cute.
Right.
Women, you can't say, I'm brave. I have confidence. Guess what? You're immediately unattractive when you say you're cute. It's like when a kid finds out that they're cute, they're no longer cute because they try and use it to work you.
Exactly.
Women, let me ask you this. If you're watching right now, you can comment. Would it not immediately turn you off if a man said, I'm hot? That's me being hot right there.
Well,
That's me being buff.
That's just me hanging out.
You don't get to declare yourself attractive. We've understood this since the beginning of time.
Well, what else is attractive is her doing an entire TikTok on how she does nothing all day
Yes,
because
exactly.
she is hot. Here's me eating. Here's me up on a roof.
Yeah, well, hold on. And you also, if you're saying, here's me being cute, you have to be doing something that's cute. You were doing... Nobody thought that was cute. I'm sorry. It's just stupid.
Well,
Just
when
say,
you did
"Here's
it,
me."
it was horrifying.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Yes.
really close.
It's the stuff that
son
gives
of a gun.
children's nightmares.
Do you remember what we did when we were young, like and working? You guys were probably on the road trying
Yes.
to make a living doing
Yes.
these hellacious stand-up gigs or whatever you were doing, and it wasn't fun and it wasn't easy. And she's 23 years old, going into this office that's like providing free coffee and free
Getting
lunch,
paid
and
way too much.
getting paid way too much money. And her life is difficult and entitled. It's like, this is why you guys suck. You need to go into a job and be treated a little bit like crap for a little while so that you can kind of earn your stripes among the employees. And then you get to get the benefits from that because you've earned it, not because you feel entitled to it.
And
Yeah, it would be, if I had a TikTok when I was 23, it'd be me at like a Red Roof Inn going, all right, here's me taking extra food from the buffet so
Yes.
I can have dinner.
Exactly.
I want to know how often that lady, and this seems trivial, cleans that coffee machine.
Never.
Because again, that's the entitlement. Other people do it for you. When we had this machine, we had to clean it. Right? I was just like, look, if you use it, you just run the rinse cycle. At the end of the day, you put a tablet in. And it got to the point where no one was cleaning it aside from myself. So I said, you know what? I don't want my team to get listeria. And now we have a Mocha Master and it's drip coffee. It's still good coffee. But people lost their espresso privileges if they didn't clean it. That broad deserves to lose all of her privileges. Let's start with rooftop dancing.
Yes.
And TikToking, please.
Yes.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.